You are not your negative thoughts. You are merely the observer. Every single thought that flows through your mind, you do not have to identify with. They are not you. They are not who you are. They are just thoughts that are flowing through your mind. They're like clouds in the sky, right? Clouds in the sky, they come and they go. They fly away, they float away, they dissipate. It's the same thing with your thoughts. Every single thought that circulates through your mind is just a stream of consciousness that you can either grab and hold on to, or you can let go of, which means that you can grab and hold on to positive ones, or you can grab and hold on to negative ones, but neither of them are you. I understand that some thoughts that you have may seem louder than others, but just because somebody is speaking louder, it doesn't mean that they have a stronger argument. It doesn't mean that they're correct. You know, I've always heard this statement, improve your argument, don't raise your voice. It's not about the tonality. It's not about how loud it can be. It's about how right it is. You don't have to identify with this thought. You don't have to listen to this thought. You don't have to think that it's real just because it appears to be loud in your mind. Become a reasonable spectator of your thoughts, and you decide what you would like to absorb and what you would like to discard. Sometimes your thoughts can be valuable. Sometimes your thoughts can help you. Sometimes they can guide you. Sometimes they are correct. But sometimes they're trying to fool you. Sometimes they're trying to bring you down. Sometimes they're trying to trick you. But don't allow yourself to be foolish enough to listen to that voice that's trying to bring you down or trying to fool you. In fact, any negative thought that you're thinking in your mind, you should be taking in as a positive. And the reason why you should be taking it in as a positive is because it's training you to ignore it. It's training you to be able to listen to outside noise, to listen to anything that's negative being thrown towards you, and to be able to look it in the face and be like, I don't believe you. I don't trust you. You don't matter to me. I don't really take what you're saying at face value. Those negative thoughts are merely just a training ground for you to be able to practice this resilience and belief in self, to practice self-confidence, to practice self-worth. Those negative thoughts are there to guide you. That when they pop up, it's up to you to ignore them. It's up to you to be able to look at them and be like, yeah, you ain't as powerful as you think. You are not your biggest insecurity. Whatever it is that you're insecure about, I don't care what it is, this does not define you as a human being. This is not who you are. You are not defined by this thing that you feel so strongly about in a negative fashion. It's not who you are. It's just something that you feel badly about. It's something that you might look in the mirror and feel like, I hate this about myself. Or you might think of certain attributes that you have and be like, I wish this could change. I wish this was different. But it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't define you as a person. It's not who you are. You know, when you introduce yourself to a complete stranger, do you come up to that person and be like, how you doing, sir? I'm this zit on my face. Hey, how you doing, ma'am? I'm the bald spot in the back of my head. How you doing? I'm my crooked teeth. That's not what you do. You don't define yourself as a person. You don't introduce yourself as a person as this thing that you feel is a deficiency within yourself. Because it's not you. It's not you. It's a part of you, and you may not like it, but it's not you. Sometimes the insecurities that we have are situational. They're about things that have happened to us. And I understand we all have our traumas, but you are not your father leaving you. You're not your mother being on drugs. You're not your cousin touching you inappropriately. You're not all these things that could happen to a human being that causes a person to suffer, that causes low self-esteem, that causes questioning of self-worth. It's not you. These are things that happen to you, and I'm so sorry that they've happened to you. Truly, I am. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry that these things have happened to you. But you don't have to identify with them. There are merely events that have happened in your life, but you can let these things just be a part of your story. They're not your whole story. If you're somebody who's experienced some sort of trauma within your life, I want you to take a moment to acknowledge your own strength. I want you to take a moment to acknowledge how tough you are. Even if you don't feel strong, even if you don't feel tough, you are strong. And it's because you have survived this thing that has happened to you. You're a survivor. You didn't give up. You're still here. What didn't kill you made you stronger. And even if you don't feel strong, you are strong. So my advice to you is, regardless of whatever you're insecure about, whether it's a physical attribute, whether it's situational, something traumatic, something that happened to you, it doesn't matter what you're insecure about. My advice to you is to just stop allowing this thing to control and dictate your life. You are allowed to be happy. You don't have to identify with trauma. You don't have to identify with lack. You don't have to identify with being lesser than because you're insecure about something. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to be confident. Allow yourself to feel as if you're worthy. You deserve to be happy and confident too. You are not your biggest mistake. Your past does not define you. I understand you may have done something that you regret. You may have done something that you feel ashamed about. You may have done something that you feel as if was just horrible, and you think about it every day. It lives rent-free in your head. But it doesn't define you as a person. You are not defined by things that have happened in your past. You are defined by who you are deciding to be today. Who are you today? Who do you want to be? Listen, you cannot disassociate yourself from actions that you have taken. That is absolutely true. You can't disassociate from actions that you have taken, but you can disassociate from the shame and guilt that is associated with the action that was taken. Yes, you've done this thing. You have. And I'm not saying you shouldn't feel remorse for it, but shame and guilt should not reign supreme within your life. I want you to start asking yourself the tough questions here. Have I changed? Have I evolved? Have I apologized? Am I actually sorry? Have I made penance for the sins that I feel like I've committed? Can I forgive myself for making this mistake? Can I live with this regret? Apply self-compassion to yourself and allow yourself to grow past whatever this thing is that you've done. You got to have a growth mindset. You got to grow out of the person that you were and grow into the person that you want to be. And I understand we all got a past. We all have made mistakes. We all have regrets. We all have things that we look at and we think to ourselves, I truly am sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I participated in that. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I behaved this way. I can't believe I acted that way. We all have our regrets. But we got to forgive ourselves. We got to move on. We can't stay there. We can't stay stuck in it. You have to outgrow this behavior of beating yourself up. You got to let go. You're holding yourself down. You're holding yourself back. You're keeping yourself tethered to these negative emotions, which keeps you in a lower vibration, which keeps you in a lower frequency. And that's not where you want to be. You got to let those feelings go. You got to let go of all of this shame and guilt. You got to let go. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to forgive yourself. If you ever hope to have a fulfilling life, you can't live it with shame and guilt. You got to move on. You got to move on. You got to get past this. And you can get past this, and you will get past this. So forgive yourself. Have some self-compassion. Show yourself some love. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Everybody does. You're human. Just remember that your future self needs you now. The past is already in the past. It's gone already. So just focus on forward. The windshield is always bigger than the rear view, so just focus on forward. You are not everyone's cup of tea. I want to repeat myself. You are absolutely 100% not everyone's cup of tea. You could be the most perfect cup of matcha, and somebody just wants Earl Grey. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with matcha. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with green tea. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means that other person, they want an Earl Grey. And that's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with them either. Ain't nothing wrong with them either. All of us have our preferences. All of us want what we want. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop taking it to heart. You got to stop taking it personally. It's not a personal thing. Everybody has their preferences. And it's okay for you to have your preferences too. And you want to know why? Because you don't like every kind of tea either. Nobody does. Nobody does. Nobody likes everything. Nobody likes everyone. That's not how things work. There are people that you don't like. There are people that you wouldn't want to be best friends. There's people you wouldn't want to date. There's people that you wouldn't want to work with. There's people that you wouldn't associate yourself with. There's people that you just don't like. You don't like everybody, so don't expect everybody to like you. It's okay when somebody rejects you. Rejection is not a bad thing. Rejection is actually a good thing. This is how you figure out what's for you and what is not for you. Look, I understand some people can be real jerks about their preferences. Some people could really lay it on thick about what they don't like. And that's a horrible thing. You don't want to be one of those people, and none of us like those kinds of people. However, don't take it to heart. Don't think that everybody who has a preference is going to be that way. Don't think every single person who likes what they like is actually a bad person. Because again, you like what you like, and nobody's demonizing you. Rejection is honesty. Wouldn't you rather somebody be honest with you? Wouldn't you rather somebody just tell the truth if they don't like you? If they don't want to date you? If they don't want to have anything to do with you? Or would you rather somebody put on a facade and pretend, but deep down they hate your guts? You don't want that. You don't want that. You want somebody to reject you. You want somebody to look at you and be like, you know what? This ain't really for me. No hard feelings, no offense. I'm just not feeling it. I just don't like it. I'm just not into it. And that's okay, because guess what? There's somebody who absolutely loves everything that you represent. Stop getting offended. Stop getting offended every single time that somebody chooses a pepperoni pizza if you're a buffalo chicken pizza. It's okay if they want pepperoni. If pepperoni is what they like, let them get what they like. Let them desire the pepperoni. Let them have the pepperoni. That's what they want. Let them go get what they want. You want to know why? Because there's somebody out there that loves, that absolutely adores the buffalo chicken pizza. They will choose the buffalo chicken pizza over the pepperoni pizza any day. They'll eat it every single day of their life. They are obsessed with buffalo chicken pizza. And if you're so obsessed with trying to force feed your buffalo chicken pizza to a pepperoni lover, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're spinning your wheels when you really could just be going for what actually wants you. Choose what chooses you. Choose who chooses you. Choose what chooses you. I mean, whether this is a friendship, whether this is a romantic relationship, a job, anything. Choose what chooses you. Choose who chooses you. Stop trying to force feed. Just be the best you that you can be. Be the best cup of tea that you can be. Be the best pizza that you can be. Be the best version of yourself. Because that is going to attract whoever wants what you possess. And you're going to feel best. You're going to feel best when you're being your best. And you're going to feel best when you're chosen for being you. So just be you. Everybody else is taken. Be yourself. And whoever wants it, they're going to come and get it. You are not other people's opinions of you. I want you to understand this very deep concept really quick. And this concept is the fact that we are not the same person with every person that we meet. Every single person that we meet, we are a different version of ourselves depending on our relationship with that person. Every single person that we know, whether it's a stranger or someone close to us, we develop different intricacies and intimacies that we have with this person that showcases a different side of ourselves that we can't show to anyone else. No person, no singular person knows every single face that you have. No singular person understands every side of you because we show a different side of ourselves to everyone that we know. You literally cannot be the same person with everybody based on the relationships that you have with each individual person. You can't be the same person that you are with your lover that you are with your mother. You can't be the same person that you are with your best friend with your child. You can't be in the same relationship that you have with a coworker and the person that you go to class with. They're all different. These are all different intimate settings. These are all different variables that are going to allow you to showcase yourself in different ways. It would be odd for you to behave the same exact way that you do with your husband or your wife with a coworker. That's a complete stranger in comparison to this person that you've actually decided to do holy matrimony with. So the behavior, the way you're going to act, the way that you're going to showcase yourself is going to be different between these two relationships that you have with these people. And they have a different interpretation of who they believe you to be based on the way you interact with them. All of these people have a personal interpretation and perception of who they believe you to be. And that is based on the interactions that you have with them. So therefore, nobody has the full picture of who you are. Nobody understands you fully. Nobody knows you fully. So when somebody misunderstands you, when somebody doesn't understand something that you said, when somebody mistakes actions that you've taken, don't take it personally. Every single human being that you interact with on this planet is going to have their own personal interpretation and perception of who they believe you to be. And naturally, this is going to be limited and flawed. Why is it limited and flawed? Because human beings and their emotions and their perceptions of reality is limited and flawed. Nobody has a perfect view on reality. Nobody knows everything. Nobody understands everything. Nobody understands everybody. Everyone is always going to view life through their lens. And their lens is filtered through their emotions, through their feelings, through their beliefs, through their interactions, through their history, through everything. And therefore, every single time that you have an interaction with another person, they could be wrong about you because they don't really know you. Sometimes people misjudge you. Sometimes people misread you. Sometimes people think they know who you are, but they don't. Don't believe the hype. Just because people are praising you and it might be on a positive end, it doesn't mean that you have to define yourself by that either. You're not defined by your accomplishments. You're not defined by your success. Because the second that you fail, the second time that you don't accomplish something, now you're going to feel down. Now you're going to feel lesser than. Stop allowing other people's opinions of you to define you because they don't define you. They're not who you are. You have inherent self-worth, and that self-worth is defined by you being a human being living on this planet and nothing more. So stop allowing people's perceptions of you affect how you are going to behave and who you believe yourself to be. You are not obligated to live up to anybody's expectations of what they believe that you should be capable of or you should be doing or a performance level that you should be performing at. It's not up to anyone else. It's up to you. And simultaneously forgive yourself and have some compassion if you have accidentally stepped on someone's toes. Because we all make mistakes, as we've talked about earlier. As long as you apologize and you know exactly what your intentions were, it is not your job to make somebody believe you or not. In fact, Sometimes people won't believe you, even if you do apologize, even if you are actually sorry, even if you didn't mean it. Sometimes people are going to misjudge you, they're going to misinterpret you, they're going to misread you. But that's based on the limitations of human interaction. That's based on the limitations of how people are going to see things through their lens. Don't take it personally. Ultimately, you are not in control of how other people will perceive you. So therefore, do not allow their judgments to dictate your self-worth. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to say to y'all today. I hope you really enjoyed this video. These are 5 things that do not define you. These are 5 things that you are not. As usual, if you watched this long, I gotta thank you. I gotta tell you that I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, because realistically, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So much love. I hope to see you in the next one. All right, peace.